2 years after the original M3GAN, Katie and Gemma are living life as normal when an android named Amelia, based on M3GAN's design, begins to pick off all creators that are somewhat linked to M3GAN's creation, forcing Gemma to bite the bullet and begrudgingly trust M3GAN to protect her and Katie against this unstoppable force. Film fans of YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, your Movie Apprentice, and today I am looking at M3GAN 2.0, directed by Gerard Johnstone, starring Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, and the combination of Amie, Donald, and Jenna Davies as the titular M3GAN. I had a lot of fun with the original M3GAN movie, and this one, based on the trailer, was promising to really ham up the film to 11, following on from the original that had a little bit of ham mixed with its horror elements and its themes of how to raise a child and adapt into an unexpected motherhood. This one promised to be an over-the-top T2-esque movie with its 2-hour runtime. I was curious to see how they were going to pad this runtime out, and I will say, unfortunately, that M3GAN 2.0 is a bit of a slog for me. Everything that features M3GAN, it's great. Anything that does not include M3GAN in this film, not so great. Before I get into my full thoughts, if you like seeing our channel, make sure you are clicking that like button and subscribe for more video reviews like this coming all the time. So M3GAN 2.0 starts off very slow. M3GAN does not make an appearance for a good 20 minutes into the movie as we set up this Amelia android and the threat that Gemma and Katie face against this unstoppable force. And when we get to M3GAN, I did love the conflict between M3GAN and Gemma. They are great together. Their dynamic bounces off each other very well. I loved how it felt natural, how we got to Gemma eventually letting M3GAN get a new body and become bigger, faster, and stronger, begrudgingly trusting her to not go haywire like she does in the original one. I do like the themes of how we as humans need to be training artificial intelligence so we can coexist rather than let it replace everything that has come before us. But begrudgingly to say, this is a film that really ends it turning to a heist movie that feels very hit and miss. We have the two assistants from the previous movie come back in this one, and you can tell the film does not know what to do with these two characters. They have some comedic moments, and they have some great exchanges with Gemma and M3GAN, but unfortunately, whenever the film doesn't know what to do with them, they resolved the old tactic of knocking them out in some way, shape, or form. It's too afraid to really kill off any character, and this is a film that suffers from some horrendous mismarketing, I'm going to say, because the way this film was advertised was that it was going to be a film that heavily featured a lot of comedic aspects and just be a straight fight between these two cyborgs, but there was something introduced in that third act that really devalues everything that has come beforehand. And Gemma's paranoia to M3GAN, which is rightfully justified, is a fun dynamic. She is the only one that is watching M3GAN like a hawk, whereas everyone else, kind of despite M3GAN trying to kill them, forgives her fairly quickly and unequivocally trusts her. I do love how they introduce new elements to certain characters, like Katie is now adept at a form of martial arts, and she manages to teach that aspect of using a peaceful violence to M3GAN, which is a great little arc. There's a lot of growth from M3GAN the character. A big shout out to the two performers that bring it together. Obviously, Amie Donald brings the physicality to M3GAN. M3GAN is obviously built bigger because Amie has gotten bigger since the original movie, and I liked her performance in this and the voice performance by Jenna Davies, the sass that then comes out of. Some of the one-liners she gives to Gemma in this one are outright hilarious, but there is a tonal mix-up with this movie because there are times where it does commit to that hammy aspect and that sassy aspect, but there are times where it also jumps to a more emotional aspect and dives into a theme of the relationship between humanity and AI and what it is like to be a mother and the struggles of being a mother. And sometimes there was a bit of whiplash in scenes. There is a moment where they realized everyone liked that really awkward Titanium song from the original, so they give us another version of that in this one. That is such a blindsiding moment that had my entire theater in stitches. And the comedy aspects in this are a lot of fun, but my major flaw with this movie is that there is not enough M3GAN versus Amelia action. They come together a couple of times in this movie, but you don't really get the full potential of their conflict until the final 20 minutes of the movie, and it is over rather quickly. There are some side characters in this that are just over the top cartoony. There's just a lot of ingredients being thrown into this mixer that make this a chore to get through at times. It is very dragged out. I don't feel like we needed a secondary antagonist in this movie. It could have easily just been another rogue android that is more powerful than Amelia because they're developed by the military. That would have been fine on its own. And they were just trying to figure out a way to get in her way and stop her from obtaining her objective. That would have been perfectly fine as it is. But they do something in that final act that really devalues everything that came beforehand and robs us of this back and forth between these two characters. And the marketing for this really promised a lot of M3GAN, a lot of hamminess, and some, oh, is M3GAN really on the side or not? A lot of what is seen in that trailer can be disregarded going into this one because there are scenes that are just downright not in this movie. There is that scene in the trailer where the guy is saying, oh, she's a beautiful warrior princess. That does not appear in the film. There is not even a moment in the film that feels like it was cut from that moment. Like that shot from the trailer, genuinely, I feel like they just shot that for the trailer to really hype up how much M3GAN has become a new age icon. And I just feel like the film could have committed a lot more to the hammy side. Whilst I appreciate they tried to bring in some themes, because that original one, it was a little bit hammy, but has some great horror elements, really built up the terror of this M3GAN android, inserting those themes of backseat parenting, allowing devices to raise your kids. It was a great theme that they could not replicate in this one. So obviously I expect them to go full hand with this one, just embrace the fun. But the film felt like it was too scared to embrace the fun. So that meant that this is a perfectly 50-50 movie. Everything with M3GAN, her interactions with Gemma and Kaylee. There's a sweet moment with M3GAN and Kaylee where M3GAN's in this body that isn't quite what she wants it to be. That's a sweet moment. There's a great exchange between M3GAN and Gemma where M3GAN finally has enough of Gemma prigging up that she killed multiple people in the previous film. But everything that did not feature these elements just fell flat for me. Forgettable side characters and side characters that the film did not know what to do with. That's where the film dragged down for me. Everything with M3GAN is great, but everything around it just did not flow for me. This film felt like they tried to combine so much into it that it doesn't flow as well as that first one. I still think it's an enjoyable enough movie, but I found myself very disappointed by this film. Before I get to my overall grade, if you like seeing on the channel, click the like button and subscribe for more reviews. That's getting our time. Without further ado, let's grade this. M3GAN 2.0 it's fine, but it's very mixed. M3GAN as a character is great. I love how she was able to flesh out a little bit more without having to hide her homicidal tendencies. And there's a great little moment where she's implanted with a chip that forbids her from shooting humans, that she physically can't shoot a gun because of the chance of a fatality from a human side. If that had been fleshed out a bit more and it was fully in her programming that she consciously does it without being forced to do it and becomes more aware of human life, I thought it would have been a lot better. But it's something that just never comes back. And for me, I don't know. This is just a film that it's another film that's a sequel that has ended up being very disappointing and feels very mismarketed from the trailer. The M3GAN highlights when they do embrace the hammy side of things. The song bit might be my favorite moment of the film just because of how out of nowhere it comes. All the side characters, the human stuff, it's just very forgettable. And there's an FBI agent as well that just disappears from the movie, and they don't have the distance to kill this guy off, even though he should probably die here. They just move him off the film, and that is it. For me, M3GAN 2.0 is a film that is just an okay cup of tea. So M3GAN 2.0, have you seen it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and let me know what you prefer, the first one or the new one. Let me know down in the comments below. And would we like to see a third M3GAN or even a crossover with another titular doll? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, my name is Josh, I've been Movie Apprentice, and I'll see you all in the next video.